How's it going, guys? I'm Nine Lives, and in today's video I'm going to be giving tips and tricks on how to drop higher kill games in Apex Legends and potentially work your way up to getting that 20 kill badge that a lot of people are grinding for. So these tips and tricks will be useful for brand new players, beginners, inexperienced players that are just trying to learn how to play a bit more aggressive and consistently drop higher kill games. And this will also be helpful for players, that can drop high kill games, but are still struggling to get that 20 kill badge or drop the high kill games consistently. So yeah, I don't want to waste too much time, so let's jump straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is mechanical skill, and obviously that is a huge part of being able to drop a 20 kill game in Apex Legends or consistently drop high kill games. You're going to need to have good mechanical skill, good enough to easily win 1v1s pretty much every time, and even 1v3s. That is something that everyone needs to practice first. Like, if you're not at the level that you could even possibly drop a 20 kill game if given the chance, then obviously you need to work on your aim, you need to work on your movement, and just your general, how good you are with the legend you play, with the guns that you use and stuff. So if you do feel like you are one of those players that maybe isn't good enough at aiming or isn't good enough mechanically in game to actually drop a high kill game, and you're trying to figure out how to get to that point, I have plenty of guides. I'll link a guide on how I improved my aim drastically over the 2 years I've been on PC. And I have heaps of other guides about the mechanics of Apex Legends, specifically movement and stuff like that. So I'll link some of them in the description. Please go check those out if you feel like you are one of those people. And the next point is the element of RNG and luck in Battle Royales. You might be, mechanically skilled and, have really good movement, a really good aim, but there is this element of luck in Battle Royales, and you aren't going to be able to consistently drop high kill games every single match because, if you're hot dropping, if you are a player that's going for high kill games, you're probably going to be landing somewhere with a lot of other players. And, sometimes the game just doesn't go your way. You don't get a good gun. The first person you fight has a purple body shield. It just goes like that. That's just part of Battle Royales, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. But there are things like improving your mechanics and your gameplay, your aim, your movement, that can really help you out in these situations where you are at a disadvantage, and you can turn them into a situation where you're at an advantage, basically. So, which brings me on to my next point, which is going to be game sense and positioning. So these first ones I'm going over are basically just the core fundamentals of what you're going to need to be able to drop high kill games or just be good at Apex in general. So game sense and positioning is huge, and so when you're playing, you're obviously going to be playing very aggressive when trying to drop high kill games, but you need to know how to play aggressive in a smart way. So if you are pushing into a squad, for example, a squad of 3, and you might be the greatest mechanical fucking player ever, your aim is incredible, your movement's just perfect, it doesn't really matter. If there are 3 people shooting at you and there's only one of you, you are going to lose every time. If you're exposed to all 3 people, unless they are incredibly bad at the game, you are going to lose pretty much every time there. So game sense and positioning, like when people watch good players, they think like, oh, this guy can win in any situation, he can win any fight. But the thing is, like, good players will put themselves in situations and positions that are advantageous to them. And obviously that's going to be different in every situation depending on, what legend you're playing, who you're versing, just what the situation is. So I can't give, an exact rule of what to do. It's for you to kind of figure out in that situation, but it just comes from experience and just knowing the game, knowing what you're capable of, what guns you have, what legend are you playing, what, guns are you versing, what legends are you versing. If you walk into a room and there are 2 people in there, like, this is one rule that I always try to follow, is if I am exposed to more than 1 player at a time, I will immediately try to reposition if I can. And I will always try to put myself in positions where I can reposition easily if the situation turns bad for me. So this is a very hard thing to kind of teach, because it just comes with playing smart and playing the game and just learning from your mistakes, basically. But yeah, the golden rule that I always try to follow, if I am by myself, like if I'm not with any teammates and I'm exposed to more than 1 person at a time, I will immediately try to reposition and try to position yourself somewhere where you can reposition easily. For example, in World's Edge, there are buildings with vertical zip lines that go the whole way up, past each floor. And that is an incredibly good way to outplay people. Obviously, if you get off on a floor and there are two people sitting in a corner aiming at the zip line, don't try to shoot one of them or anything. Just immediately go straight back up the zip line, switch floors, get to a safe position, and then kind of assess the situation and take the fight from there, where you can pick off one at a time. And the next thing you're going to need to do if you want to drop high kill games is to hot drop every single game. So generally, for World's Edge, I'll drop at Fragment. That is the most popular drop spot and will get you the most kills. For Olympus, it is Estates generally. And for Kings Canyon, it kind of varies depending on the hot zone and stuff, but Labs is a very popular spot in Kings Canyon, or anywhere kind of around the area of Market is a good place to drop, and then you can rotate from there and usually pick up a lot of kills. But it is very important that you do hot drop, even if you don't feel you have the skills yet, or you're not confident in yourself to hot drop. The more you do it, obviously the better you're going to get. You're going to put yourself in these situations where you constantly need to reposition. There's enemies all around you, and the more you do that, the faster you're going to get at playing, and you're just going to be able to reposition and deal with bad situations a lot better, and turn a bad situation into a good situation, basically. So yeah, always just try and hot drop. If, like I said before, you're going to get those games where you're going to drop 5 times in Fragment, you're not going to get anything and you're going to die. Just don't get disheartened by that. That's just the RNG luck factor, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. You're going to learn. Have a spot in Fragment that you're very familiar with, that building or that area. You know where the loot spawns are, and you'll have a lot better chance of dropping in and getting a gun and being able to pick up a few kills at the start, because hot dropping is very important for getting high kill games. Like if you drop Fragment, it is it's not uncommon. I've had plenty of games where I'm leaving Fragment on between 7 to 10 kills only 5 minutes into the game. So you're going to get a lot of your kills for your 20 kill game. Like at least half of them a lot of the time are going to come from your hot drop where you dropped. If you're dropping, like I said, Fragment, you're going to pick up a lot of kills there if you're very quick. And if you land and get, say, a really good gun, such as an EVA 8, like one of the most powerful guns in the game, so you get an EVA 8 and an RE45, for example, which is a pretty average gun. Don't worry too much about looking for other loot that you don't really need. Try and use that EVA 8, clean up as many people as you can, because they're going to do the looting for you. You're going to be able to loot their death boxes, get body swaps. You don't really need a lot of shields at the start. If you're picking people off and swapping body shields constantly, you're going to be able to just run through everyone really quick while they're all still trying to, focus on picking up loot off the ground. Which brings me on to my next point, which is going to be looting fast and body swapping, which is what I was just talking about. Don't get too attached to your body shield. If you have a purple body shield and you've just cleaned up a squad and there's another squad nearby that you can fight, and say your purple body shield has 300 HP till red, and there's a swap that's like 450 HP to red, don't worry about wasting the time popping a bat when you could be fighting. Just try and swap that shield, clean up everyone in the area, and then if you want to, you can pick out the best body shield in the boxes and bat it then. But yeah, I switch between a lot of body shields every game. I'll leave even if I have a blue body shield that's 50 damage from purple, and I find a blue one that's 300 damage from purple, I'll just take that blue one. If it's full health, I'll just take that and run with it. You're going to do that damage and get it up to purple quicker anyway a lot of the time if you are pushing into fights. And then looting fast is obviously super important off the drop. There is a binding you can do if you're on keyboard and mouse, where you bind interact to your scroll wheel, and this allows you to obviously scroll and spam interact and win a lot of the situations where you and an enemy are both going for the same gun off the drop. It would allow you to win that a lot of the time. You don't need to use that though. I don't use that personally. But yeah, that is an option as well. If you would like to bind scroll wheel to interact, it can be quite helpful. But more importantly is looting quickly after winning a fight. For example, if you wipe a squad and you have a R99 with a blue light mag on it, loot a death box. If it has a purple mag in it, yeah, take it. But if you have to run a distance to check a death box because you're looking for your a mag upgrade or whatever, don't worry about doing that. Just get ammo, get heals, get the guns that you want or feel comfortable with, and then just move on to your next fight. You know, a lot of the time looting that stock upgrade or attachment, whatever, purple mag upgrade is going to have little to no impact in your next fight. So yeah, you just want to loot quick and just get out of there, go straight on to the next fight. And the next point is also going to be very important, which is going to be loadout. And this comes into, you know, looting fast. Finding the 2 guns that you want to use or you like to use, or the guns that you feel will do the best for you in terms of getting high kills. If I had to recommend 2 guns, these are not guns that I use, but like if I had to say the 2 best guns in the game for dropping high kills, high damage and whatnot would definitely be the Flatline and the EVA 8. They're both extremely powerful, both easy to use, especially the EVA 8, and will just result in you getting a lot of kills. They're easy to pick up, easy to use. Personally, I like to use something like a Wingman and an R99, or like Wingman Volt, for example, because I find those guns a lot more fun to use. But, you know, if you are, you know, really focusing on trying to get that 20 kill bomb, then fair enough, you want to use a Flatline and an EVA, go for that. But I think more importantly is just try and have fun. Like, don't, obviously we all play the game to have fun, so I would personally never use guns that I don't find fun to use just to win or just to get a higher kill game or whatever. But, you know, if that's what you want to do, then that is fine as well. But pick out 2 guns that you like, that you feel comfortable with, and that you think you can do well with, and yeah. And aside from weapon choice, obviously your legend choice is going to be very important when trying to play aggressive and drop high kills. So legends such as Octane, Pathfinder, Wraith is really good because of her Q ability, Horizon, Valkyrie is really good for rotating because of her ultimate. Legends like that can move around the map quickly. You don't need to play those legends. You can always make use of jump towers, and jump towers are also very important. I should have mentioned that back when talking about positioning and rotating in that. Jump towering, if you clean up, you know, everyone in Fragment and you're sure there's no squads left, then just jump tower, move along to the next location that, you know, you saw a lot of people drop at the start or whatever, and try and clean up all the people there as well. But yeah, legend choice, try and pick a character that is able to, you know, rotate around really quickly. Someone like Octane is probably, I would say, the best and probably the easiest character to get the 20 badge on, because obviously his stim, his jump pad, he can move very quickly, he can push squads very quickly. Obviously if you're playing a character like Caustic or Crypto or something, a very slow paced character, it's going to be not as practical to push squads. In saying that, I main Bangalore, who is by no means a good character. She obviously has that little bit of movement when she gets shot at for her double time, but other than that, she's pretty bad at the moment, especially with all the wall hack characters. But I still play her because I find her fun, and I've dropped my 20 kill game on her as well. So pick something. It's the same as the weapons. Pick something you find comfortable, fun, whatnot. But obviously some legends are going to be better for playing really aggressive and pushing squads. So. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to sum up the tips. I will go over everything again and just include a few things I might have missed out. But obviously first you need to focus on your mechanical skill, your game sense, your positioning, to even be at a level where you are capable of dropping 20 kills in one game. So that is the most important thing to focus on, and just focus on one thing at a time. But a great way to improve your mechanics and all of that is to hot drop, like I said as well. Drop hot every game, try to fight everyone you can, try to even put yourself in bad situations where you're outnumbered, and you'll learn those skills so that you can consistently win fights and win 1v3s and stuff like that. And on top of that, you're going to want to be looting fast, so obviously characters, that's where your legend choice comes in as well. You're able to move around quickly as Octane off the drop. Characters like that, move quickly, loot as quick as you can. Don't loot unnecessary stuff you don't need. Don't spend too much time searching through death boxes and whatnot. Just find the guns that you want, get that loadout that you want, and move on, trying to fight everyone you possibly can. And then just, yeah, rotate around the map as quick as you can. Use jump towers, use character abilities, whatnot. If you're playing with friends and you're really trying to drop a 20 bomb, maybe get your friend to play Valkyrie. Then they can ult, you can rotate around quickly, and if you're Octane as well, you can obviously rotate quickly with that, and then maybe have a Pathfinder or something like that as well. whose obviously zipline allows you to rotate quickly. So hopefully these tips will help you out in dropping higher kill games. If you do, pay attention to everything I said in this video and you practice it in game, I guarantee you will improve. And if you are capable, you will get to the point where you are able to drop a 20 kill game or consistently drop double-digit games with relative ease. So good luck dropping the 20 kill game. It is not easy. It takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, but if you do keep practicing and you keep grinding, you will get there at some point, I'm sure. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, a like is always appreciated. These videos take me a bit of time to make, so I would really appreciate a like if you found it helpful, informative, or just interesting in general. And if you're new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing. You want to see more videos like this. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.